The Bills have kind of had the Dolphins' number for the last couple of years. I still feel like, and I've told you this, I still have concerns. I still feel like the offense isn't as potent in the passing game. They found ways to get Cole Beasley involved, really involved, actually. But I still don't feel like they have that same connection with Diggs and Allen that we really saw flourish through last year. And there was a point, and I believe going into the half, it's like, it's 3-3. It's 3-3 going into the half. The Bills kind of extend their lead out in the second half and really dominate just because they're just a better team and they're more talented. But I feel like there should just be more there. I feel like there's more to give. Do you see that too?
Yes, definitely. Definitely with, the drop-off with one of the league's best. This year, it's still good, but it's not at the top of the league best. I'd take a look at Stephon Diggs. For the most part, kept in check today, but 8 yards a catch only. Josh Allen, nice line, but overall, 5.9 yards an attempt. Probably had to dink and dunk it a little bit. Miami probably forcing him to throw more towards the check downs, more towards Cole Beasley instead of really pushing the ball down the field. So he was able to do that today. Probably doesn't look as good as last year, and having to kind of take more check downs and be more patient than really getting after it and really throwing the ball all over the yard like they did last year. So I think that is something that they're working through. But Josh Allen was also able to kind of take the check downs and take what the defense gives him without making a big mistake or a turnover too. So they're still not turning the ball over at a high level, so that's good for the Bills. But still, defenses are able to find different ways to make life challenging for the Bills offense and make them try to beat you different ways.
Yeah, and I think the one good thing about this is they're showing that they can win multiple different ways. They don't need their offense to have the same pace and the same pressure necessarily that they did last year. But what would be your main reason? So do you think it's just more of a systematic thing, or do you think it's a little bit of a regression in terms of Allen?
I think there's a little bit of a regression. I think teams are probably, may be trying to take away those long, explosive plays, playing more of that shell coverage, and making Josh Allen either hand the ball off, so even playing more flooding more defensive backs than receivers, either forcing them to hand the ball off and accepting that as a defense, and then forcing checkdowns, Allen to come off a deep read for Stephon Diggs, and having to try to be disciplined and checking it down to a tight end, checking it down to a Cole Beasley, and seeing if he could be patient enough to go through long drives like that and not take the cheese and try to make a big play and then force it downfield into tight windows where potential turnovers could happen. And the Bills were able to go on 3 long sustained drives in the second half. And I think you saw that maybe when it was, the Dolphins got it back to within 6, and then the Bills had a 14-play drive, and they kind of slowly go down the field to kick a field goal and end the game that way. So I think those are the things that teams across the league are trying to do to slow down explosive offenses, and the Bills are one of those teams that that might be the plan for defenses to do.